Hello there everybody, welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are looking at a video by Monsieur Z, or Z, titled Every Region of India Explained in 10 Minutes. Now this video was recommended to me over on my Discord by my good friend Aaron. He's been recommending a lot of videos, and actually a lot of you have recommended a lot of videos for me to watch and react to. I will get to them. I will probably do a live stream of me doing a mass reaction, so keep a lookout for that coming up. But until then, hopefully we get to learn a couple of things from this video, and make sure to go and watch the original video as well. I'll keep a link down in the description. So yeah, take a look at that, and let's go ahead and get into it. So again, we have Every Region of India Explained in 10 Minutes by Monsieur Z. So let's go ahead
of India is one
and
of
get
the
into it.
largest on the planet, and it holds behind it several millennia of history defined by various people and religious groups who have contributed to shaping India into the country that it is today.
That was the religions here. Can we go back?
And religious groups who have contributed.
We have Islam, Sikhism, Hinduism, Buddhism, mixed other Christianity. Is this all predominantly Hinduism all the way down? I didn't think it was. Okay.
To shaping India into the country that it is today.
And then we have. Oh, hold on. Go back. You're going way too quick past this. I want to see this. What is this? Let me make this a little bit bigger. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we have, let me just go back. Kashmiri, Punjabi, Parari, Rajasthani, Gujarati, Sindhi, Marathi, Kannada, Telugu, Tamil, Tulu, Malayama, Hindustani, Bhojpuri, Mathili, Bengali, Odia, Assamese, and everything else is not labeled. So this is languages. Okay.
Naturally, with so long and diverse a history across
Indo-Aryan, Tibeto-Burman, Austro-Asiatic, and Dravidian. Okay.
Expanse of land, it is to be expected that various unique.
What is this? This is like the main source of like their economy, maybe. We have hydropower, heavy agriculture, light agricultural, mineral mining, coal mining, thermopower, and petroleum extraction. Heavy agriculture up in Punjab, Madhya Pradesh, a little bit of Rajasthan, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi, a little bit of Haryana, up through Bihar, West Bengal, Assam. We have petroleum power in Rajasthan, Gujarat, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh. Is this part of Tripura, or no? That's just Assam, right? And then Arunachal Pradesh. Sorry, sorry. Okay, we'll continue. We'll continue.
Would emerge within India, defined by their distinct geography.
Okay, hold on. We gotta stop and look at that. I like these little maps. Flooded grasslands here in this part of Gujarat, desert, semi-arid highlands, forested highlands, the semi-arid plateau, tropical forests along the coast, greater Himalayas, trans-Himalayas, rainforested highlands. Okay. Cool.
Economies, cultures, histories, and lifestyles. And in fact, unlike the United States, India has actually done a particularly good job of subdividing its lands to account for many historic and cultural distinctions to provide a high level of regional autonomy to its several populations.
Oh yeah, that's 100% true. In the U.S., it was all divided for like political political stuff. It wasn't divided per region. Otherwise, we'd have like 13 states at max. Not too many. Not the 50 states that we have, or I guess the 48 in the main part of the U.S., but still.
We've already covered the geocultural regions.
Yeah. Okay, so he's actually done videos on this. Interesting. I need to check out the rest of his channel. I haven't. This is the first video of Monsieur Z's channel that I've seen. So he's labeled at least 9 distinctive regions. There's more in there, but he's just numbered 9. But yeah, I would say there's probably around like 15 like distinct regions.
Russia and the United States before, but India will be a unique undertaking, as Russian history east of the Urals is relatively young, as is the cultural history of the United States as a whole. And as such, the influence of natural geography can overshadow the human impact in large portions of these countries. With so old a history, India's geocultural regions like China will see culture feature more prominently in the shaping of more nuanced and varying identities across the country, but once again, India's pre-existing provincial borders offer an excellent starting point to build off of, allowing us to concentrate more on the economic and geographic boundaries of each region. Hello audience, Mr. Z here with another video.
Mr. Z. I thought his name was Monsieur Z. Like the French way of saying it's French, right? Monsieur. Maybe Monsieur means Mister. I don't know.
For you, if you're new to the channel, welcome. We have videos like this every week, so be sure to subscribe and stay tuned. But hang on just a second.
Advertisement time. Yeah, we'll watch his advertisement. We're watching this video. We might as well watch his advertisement, right?
Do you have a debt problem? It's one of the chief troubles facing Americans today, young Americans especially. Yes, a lot of you watching right now might be struggling with this very problem, and today's sponsor, PDS Debt, is here to help. It's one thing to dig yourself a hole and an entirely new problem to get out, but PDS Debt is here to lend a helping hand, giving you options to consolidate your debts into a low monthly payment to finally wipe this burden out in a fraction of the time. PDS Debt is a top-rated company with an A+ ranking from the Better Business Bureau, and they might just give you a chance to save thousands in interests and fees. Right now, PDS Debt is offering an absolutely free assessment for everyone who follows the link below and visits pdsdebt.com/MrZ. The process is quick, and if you're struggling with debt right now, you can't afford to miss out on this opportunity.
Okay.
Now, back to the video.
Thank you.
The first of India's regions is its largest by population, a region we'll call the Gangetic Plain, straddled between the Himalayas to the north and the Deccan Plateau to the south. The waters of the Himalayas source several rivers that feed the lush plain lands, terminating in the Ganges Delta in West Bengal, which, along with its warm climate, makes this region particularly fertile and the heart of India's agriculture, colloquially known as India's rice belt, though it also raises significant quantities of wheat, jute, sugarcane, and more.
Yeah, so I've noticed a lot of farming up in this area. I do a lot of geoguessing, Geoguessr, Geotastic. It's a game mode which uses Google Maps, and you get placed randomly in a country, and you have a set amount of time to figure out where you are. But yeah, this is the main reason I'm watching this video, is because I want to go in and see some of the things that could help me potentially in the future when it comes to like identifying regions without having to see like a language. And yeah, this whole area up here is nothing but farmland. It's pretty funny.
The region's bountiful crop production has contributed to its large population, though this being said, the region is among India's lesser developed regions, with lower levels of infrastructure, education, and individual wealth, which might be expected from a largely rural region. The region is predominantly Indo-Aryan, housing a variety of Indo-Aryan ethnicities.
Indo-Aryan. I've heard of this a lot in a lot of the videos that I've reacted to, but I've also seen a lot of comments saying that Indo-Aryan really isn't a thing. But again, I'm just unsure of what exactly the terminology is. Something I need to look a little bit more into, but I've seen a lot of comments saying that it's like a British invention or a British like denomination of like the area, the people of the area. But I have no idea. Let me know down below if there's any links to like any specific videos or like documentation where I can learn a little bit more about it. Okay.
Languages and dialects, the largest being Hindustani, occupying much of the region and especially the state of Uttar Pradesh. Hindi, of course, serves as the unifying language of the region with the exceptions of Bengal and Punjab. Subregions include homelands for the Bhojpuri, Maithili, and Bengalis to the east, with West Bengal being notably more urbanized as well. And to the west we have the far more urbanized and densely populated Delhi metro area and the largely Punjabi and religiously Sikh population of Punjab in the northwest, as well as the inland and elevated Greater Malwa Plateau, fed by its own string of rivers and serving as the hub of India's soybean production along with other agricultural staples.
Soybean,
North of the
okay.
Gangetic Plain, we have the
wasn't soybean started being grown because of the British raising taxes Am I correct in remembering that? Like soybean originally wasn't being grown there because I mean it's not something that can be easily. So what happened before was there was a lot of like smaller farms where people fed themselves or their community, but once the British started raising taxes, the people had to grow crops to just sell, and soybeans was one of them, right? I think so.
Himalayan region, a harsh and rugged environment characterized by towering snowy mountains and deep valleys. The Himalayan region was once one of the lowest performing regions in all of India, but has come to stand as one of the highest ranked on the Human Development Index, with an above average GDP per capita, higher levels of education than other regions, and higher life expectancy. That being said, the region is notably underpopulated compared to the rest of India. The region is famed for its agricultural, pharmaceutical, and energy generation sectors, with its agricultural field concentrating particularly upon fruit and vegetable cultivation. This region
Hmm.
is the greatest contributor to India's hydroelectric power generation sector, which, given its relatively small population, makes it a proportional powerhouse in the country. It too largely speaks Hindi, though its subregions do feature languages of their own, these subregions including the largely Buddhist and Islamic Tibetan-influenced Ladakh and the largely Muslim Kashmir. To the far east is the greater
One thing on Jammu and Kashmir up here, I will say that it is an absolutely beautifully stunning region. I'm trying to make a map over on Geoguessr or Geotastic based off of this region. There's no official Google map coverage, but there are photospheres from people that live there that post them up. And some of the locations, it's like high up in the mountains, and it's just like the most beautifully stunning view vista you've ever seen. And you just see people just, milling about like it's their everyday. Well, I mean, I guess technically it is their everyday life. They see these stunning landscapes every single day. So from like an outsider's perspective, yeah, I'm going and individually checking these photospheres, and I'm just like I'm blown away. And then there's just people just sitting there. It's pretty funny. But on with the video.
and the largely Muslim Kashmir. To the far east is the greater Brahmaputra Valley, or the Seven Sisters region. The heart of the region is the Assam Valley, home to the Assamese people, who speak the Assamese language, and who are surrounded on nearly all sides by mountain ranges inhabited by varying populations speaking other languages of their own. The Assamese Valley has a temperate climate which makes it ideal for its staple economic sector of agriculture, particularly tea production, standing at the forefront of India's tea industry, not to mention holding a predominant spot among resource extracting regions, most notably when it comes to petroleum. Subregions include the Purvanchal subregion, a largely mountainous area inhabited by various Tibeto-Burmese populations largely of Christian background, the Arunachal subregion, a mountainous and highly diverse
Arunachal. Arunachal. I've always called it Arunchal. Arunachal? Which one is the correct way, Arunchal or Arunachal? Maybe I'm saying it wrong because I'm like kind of rolling my R's, and I don't think rolling R's is really a thing. But Arunachal. Okay.
land insofar as ethnicity, linguistics, and religion, housing various Tibetan and Thai populations among others. There is Tripura, an ethnically Bengali but religiously Hindu subregion further distinguished by its plains and lower hill country, Sikkim, a predominantly mountainous and ethnically Nepalese state, and the Meghalaya subregion, a heavily forested, Christian, and largely Austroasiatic and Tibeto-Burman region which experiences the highest levels of rainfall not just within India but on the entire planet.
Yeah, the forest here is really stunning in Meghalaya. It is very green, very vast, and everywhere.
To the far west, we have the region of Greater Rajasthan, a broadly arid and in some areas highly inhospitable region. It has a largely agricultural and resource extraction based economy, with hydrocarbon extraction featuring prominently, as the region is India's most productive oil producing region, not to mention also featuring a near monopoly over the source of other valuable mineral resources like zinc, jasper, marble, and fluorite. The core of Rajasthan is engulfed by the Great Indian Desert, and while it is one of the more economically productive regions in all of India, it features a relatively low level of development and a below average GDP per capita within its core area. Subregions include the Kathiawar Peninsula, particularly the coast along the Gulf of Combat, as aside from speaking its own language, it is on this peninsula that we find the highest concentration of settlement and development in the region, and a highly industrialized and diverse economy, specializing in textiles,
What if Hitler became an artist? Part 3, alternate history. What does this have to do with Gujarat? What is that? Hold on, let me go back and listen closer.
Peninsula that we find the highest concentration of settlement and development in the region and a highly industrialized and diverse economy, specializing in textiles, pharmaceuticals, and manufacturing. The sub-region of the Kutch Peninsula to the north is also distinguishable by its language.
I don't think there's anything in correlation. I think he's just linking his videos. Okay.
And unique flooded grassland and savanna environment. Directly south of Greater Rajasthan, we have the region of Maharashtra, largely corresponding to the presently existing province of the same name. Historically the core of the Maratha Empire and still a region which overwhelmingly speaks Marathi, over time the center of power has shifted from the interior to the coast, with the city of Mumbai serving as not only an economic hub for the region but all of India.
Mumbai is probably the place that most people outside of India know of India. When they think India, they think of Mumbai. Or what was it called before? What did the British call it? The British called it Bombay, right? But it's Mumbai. So yeah, outside of India, when people think India, they probably think Mumbai.
As a major center of Indian.
Also, on another note, I just want to go back just a little bit. The Marathi Empire. I really want to learn more about the Marathi Empire, so I need some video links, specifically going over the Marathi Empire. It's the next thing I really want to learn more about. Oh,
not only an economic hub for the region, but all of India. Standing as a major center of Indian tech, commerce, communications, and manufacturing, it is truly an economically diverse region and easily one of the wealthiest both in productiveness and individual wealth. The coast is largely tropical and fairly covered in forest, separated from the drier interior by the Ghat mountain range, and while geographically there is a noticeable distinction between the tropical coasts and the more arid interior, there is also a strong degree of cultural and economic continuity between the hubs of Mumbai and Pune. Though if we really
it's worth noting that Pune is not deep inland, and the coast, along with lands just slightly east of the Ghat Mountains, could be considered a single core region. Okay.
Needed to, we could separate the interior into its own sub-region. Excluding that option, this region has only one other sub-region in the form of Goa, which ranks close to, if not at the top spot for per capita GDP and development. It's distinguishable by its particular recreational economy, language, and history as a colony of Portugal. Moving deeper into the interior is the...
Yeah, when it comes to Goa, it's... one thing I've noticed, again, making a map in Goa on Geotastic, a lot of, like, museums, a lot of like aquariums, a lot of little like theme parks, little things to go to all over the country.
The Northern Plateau region, India's hub of resource extraction and mining. Its core extends across the provinces of Jharkhand, Chhattisgarh, and interior Odisha, housing a large chunk of India's coal belt within this core region, along with several thermal power plants. The region is largely mountainous, though of course nowhere near as much as the Himalayas. It is largely forested and relatively underdeveloped, virtually making it an Indian parallel to America's Appalachia. Subregions include the coastal lands of Odisha, whose economy is naturally more concentrated on fish.
I added an additional subregion in the northeast for India's concentrated population of Sarnaism practitioners. Okay.
Fishing, port commerce, and industry. There are also the lands further into the interior, largely following the Vindhya mountain range, also demonstrating richness in resources, but also being more distinctly Hindustani than the rest of the diverse core region. Further south in the interior, we have the Southern Plateau region, a largely arid and steppe region characterized by the distinct concentration of thorn scrub forests. Despite the relatively harsh environment, this region is home to a handful of tech hubs which make the region India's center for information technology development. The Southern Plateau is the first region to distinguish itself from all previously mentioned regions by not being a predominantly Indo-Aryan region, but rather our first Dravidian region, the region primarily speaking Kannada, while its Telangana subregion speaks Telugu, and is characterized by a distinct dry deciduous forest environment which differs from the thorny shrublands of the rest of the region. Finally, we have the southern region of Tamil Nadu, another Dravidian-speaking region and another large and diverse economic hub that features a variety of sectors, much like Maharashtra.
Oh my goodness, look at this. Well, I would not want to live here. I feel like this is just one step away from being completely washed out. This whole area, wow.
Albeit with a particularly prominent automobile manufacturing and textile industry.
Automobile,
Naturally,
really?
Tamil is the dominant language of the
You know, I've never really looked into like specifically cars made in India. Hmm. Okay. That's something I want to look into.
region, with its coastal subregions of Kerala and the coast of Andhra Pradesh, speaking Malayalam and Telugu respectively.
Malayalam? What did I call it? Malayama? Malayalam. Okay.
Geographically, the region has a fairly diverse landscape that ranges from tropical to semi-arid across various areas. It is one of the most productive regions in all of India and generally ranks above average in per capita GDP and development, though the western coastline of the subregion of Kerala stands far and above its eastern neighbors in overall development and individual wealth. Additionally, there are the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, which, by nature of there being a chain of about 800 islands varying in size and composition, constitute a unique region of their own.
Okay.
And there we have the regions of India.
Awesome.
Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If there are any changes or adjustments that should be made, like the video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe for more. Mr. Z.
He said subscribe and it highlighted down here. Dude, does it do that? Guys, like the video and subscribe. Did it flash? Did it flash down below? Tell me. Tell me down below. Did it flash? That's interesting. Like the video and subscribe, everybody. No, this is great, Mr. Z.
Out.
Mr. Z out. Monsieur Z, Mr. Z. Great video. I really enjoyed it. Did I subscribe? There we go. Weird that it didn't show me subscribing there. India is a large country with diverse landscape. I just want to see what some of the comments say. Thanks for using the correct map. Subscribed. Smiley face. Am I sorted by... No, sorted by new. Interesting fact about Northeast India is that the state of Nagaland has a higher population of its population being Baptist than Mississippi. Interesting. Okay. Oh my goodness, what is this note of? Why was that automatically open? I'm not gonna read all that. That's too much, man. India is such a great country. I one day hope to do a motorbike trip throughout the country. Me too. I'd like to do that. Let me join you, Just a Turtle Chad. I would like to join you on that motorbike trip. To learn how to ride a motorbike first, motorcycle. But I'd still like to do it. All types of landscapes found in India, tons of stuff. Cold deserts, hot deserts, beaches, plains, plateaus, taigas, tundras, wetlands, mountains. India is like a condensation, a condensed version of like the entirety of the world, right? India has every world's regions in of itself. That's so funny. Maharashtra is my favorite region. Archduke Zed, please do a video in the factions of Libertarian Party. There's like 7 caucuses. What? I don't know what he's saying here. Perhaps. Incoming good morning, sirs. Okay, sir. Probably just stuff that I'm a little unfamiliar with when it comes to his channel. But I would say, yeah, this was actually a really, really, really cool look into the regions, just the diversification of India itself. And I feel like I learned quite a bit from it, at least enough to help me differentiate a little bit further in the future when I'm doing like my geoguessing games. But yeah, with that being said, go and check out Mr. Z. I keep wanting to say Monsieur. Mr. Z's channel. Check out the video. And remember to like and subscribe. So... take care, everybody. I hope you all have a good one. Catch you later. Goodbye.